Conversations and slowly head to your seats. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to sit here by ourselves because it's not happening. They're like, we're at a chair. I was like, no, that's too much. Better because I can stand up and stand and that was another thing.
Love the buzz in the room. I like the buzz. It's a good start.
Yes, yes.
As soon as Coach Mills sits down, we are going to get going. Look at this, roaming around. So we have a couple of special guests here. They haven't been to a banquet in a long time of mine. My mother is here, Bonnie Capola. She's right up here in front. And my sister, some of you might know, Rose Capola. She's not shy. She stands right up and waves. So, quick story. Real short, but my mother in the beginning of the year just over and over again, geez, Sal, you're not even ranked. I don't know what the heck, what's going on here? You're always ranked. They don't even have you in the top 10. No respect at all. That's what I was hearing. And then a week later, you're still not in the top 10. No respect. This is, hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to have a normal season, my mother would say to me. So at this point, I want to call up the captains, and I'm going to point this right at my mother and say, here we go, baby. Captains, come on up. And someone might have to remind us, what did we finish in the state?
Number one.
We finished number 1 in the state, so we should be, look in the paper, because we should be number 1. Congratulations. Here you go. These boys could sit with it at the table for a little while. I'm embarrassed to say the plaque was missing as of yesterday. I'm dead serious. I was going crazy. My wife was looking for it. Coach Goodwin was looking for it. Freaking Coach Moss took it home. I don't know if he slept with it or what, but we have a lot of celebrations, and then we'll break for dinner. Because of the haste of everything at the end of the year, I'm going to tell you right now, we have not met as a team to hand in uniforms and vote for captains. So that is going to take place at the end of this week, and it'll be put out in an email congratulating those boys that were selected by their teammates. But that will be done down the road a little bit. Other celebrations I definitely would like to talk about. For the other teams are going to think this is sort of a joke, but it's not. This year, for the 4th straight year, Coach Mills and the junior varsity team have won the Juniors Cup tournament at Old Tavern Field. So congratulations. I'm going to ask Coach Mills to come on up. Coach Mills. So the engraver, just has to change the year and keeps writing Amity on it. I think she thinks it's some sort of joke, but they played phenomenal. And Josh Sanner was the MVP of that tournament. This year's team was 21-6 overall. I haven't said this in a long time. The overall team ERA was 1.59, which is extraordinarily low for a team ERA, and that's part of the formula for winning a state championship. And if you look at the scores, somebody sent it, one of the coaches said, we outscored our opponents, what was it? 44-4 in the state tournament, so pretty incredible. The overall team batting average was .323, and I haven't compared it to other teams, but that's pretty darn high to have a team batting average over 300. We had 155 stolen bases this year for St. Jude's, and that means we're going to be making a donation for over $3,000 again to St. Jude's. And I didn't properly introduce it at our beginning of the year meeting to the parents, but it's special to me because Lori and I had a teacher friend, a dear friend of mine who's still a very good friend, lose his 7-year-old to a brain tumor, and to see one of your close friends go through that and the treatment and all of that, I still could never fathom what that means to have a young kid go through that, but he lost his battle, and it inspired me to do something, and our guys to do something, a higher cause than baseball could ever really be. So anyway, I'm proud that they stole so many bases for that as well. So anyway, I'm proud to say with your donations, they're going to get a huge check from us, which should help some people. So thank you for that. We have so many seniors this year. We have 11 seniors, and it's tradition that our younger guys come up and speak about their seniors, and then it's tradition that the seniors come up and talk a little bit about what they're going to leave for the underclassmen. In no way am I going to shorten or do anything unusual tonight, other than I want to give award winners the time they deserve, and I think, like the Block A Awards, Ernie Goodwin does it so well, we do present awards during dinner, so that we will have more time later on to talk a little bit, and we're not here till 10:30 through presentations. So from time to time, we're gonna ding a glass, or I'm gonna come up and just say, we're gonna present a certain award, and I think it'll go smoothly that way. So that's what we have in store for tonight. Just making sure I'm not missing anything here. Thank you so much to Chris Lewis, Patsy Lewis, Vicky Cap, Jeff Cap, our captain's parents, Kathy Park and Scott Gettinger, for all of this. Incredible what they take care of. When I talk about the Amity baseball program, I was thinking about it. It really, to me, it's almost like a major league program. I would consider Ernie Goodwin our GM because he handles just about everything. Jim Ronay is our strength and conditioning guy, so thanks to Ernie Goodwin for doing everything that he does, besides being the voice of Amity baseball. So he's the one saying, play ball after the pledge, and so he is awesome. He makes our games pretty special, so I appreciate that, Ernie, being the GM. Most GMs don't announce like that, but you do. Jim Ronay, again, we have half of our team in there throughout the year, going in and out with injuries. Kim Pierce, our trainer. Kevin Kapp is our field guy. Lori Bonney is like our public relations person, getting everything into the CIAC. And again, the captain's parents, who are in charge of all baseball operations. So really, it definitely takes a pretty huge village. And then, Chris Lewis is a guy who gets things done. He doesn't want me to ask how sometimes, but he's done stuff, and I don't know how he gets things done, but we just have hundreds of sandwiches show up, and don't worry about it, you know what I mean? So anyway, I appreciate everything he's done, and thank you so much. Special thanks to the Fall League coaches. I know the guy who worked with the varsity was Coach Weiner, who was a former player. Thank you, Coach Leschek, who's here. And am I missing? Yep, great job, coaching in practice. So enjoy the dinner, and we will be coming up and check out the pictures too. We have, from what I heard, thousands and thousands of pictures. So by the time the night is over, it might go through once. All right, so enjoy dinner, and we'll be popping back on the mic from time to time. The front tables could head up and get their food. Thank you.
So was Tony.
I was like, you still have that list?
Yeah.
They put out. Right. Oh, that's not. You guys look like you're working.
I wasn't going to let him go up. Someone told me to bring cash. I didn't want to Venmo
Well, there's a dash in there. Yeah, it's the same.
You're still sitting.
Got it. Dana, the cake looks cute.
Thank you. You're supposed to put Amity on it, but we know where Amity is. Sure, we know.
We know where the state champ is.
And they wouldn't give me the clearance for not hours. Sorry.
It's okay. I brought a picture of free and
Oh, good.
handmade order one.
Alright, so we'll make sure that I know Patsy's son has, I don't know the other kids that have
I do. I'll let her know.
then you, and if you don't mind, let them know that the cake. They wouldn't convert it.
We're doing good, guys.
So you done? Are you done? One more day? Then you get to sleep in? So don't text me on Friday. Really? When is your next I remember being in school for flag and doing something. Yes. He never got an I really enjoyed Flag Day. Walking around and marching. Sometimes if we didn't What? Why not? You make like a better because I saw something on the news that like Stanford or somebody was some town was going to have a better Flag Day event, and I'm like, I remember that. We owned that. And it was such a
Well, I don't think he was supposed to. Like, Anthony comes in, he's like, Mom, everyone's wearing their black shirt. I'm like, well, I don't know where it is, Anthony. Yeah, neither is Anthony. I'm wearing everything. I'm worried about it. I'm shooting. Even traffic,
You're available.
you take it out.
And work gets in the way. Absolutely.
Doesn't it always?
Doesn't it always?
Where do you work? Is that an engineer? What do you do? Your dad told me about that. That's right. Yeah. That's great.
But that's going to be wrong. So who knows where to go?
And is this company to decide what the next project is for you?
We're in 3 places. That's great. We started out at
show.
This is something. It must have been him when he was on the team. Nobody else on the field fit him either. See, I was really thinking about what happened last night. What's the Monday? Award A, San Vegas. They had an award thing last night here. And it was like, my daughter works here, so she did it service. Sal was here, my kid Jake was here, and somebody was Jake was on Mars. Even Sal just said something.
Okay, so
What was the thing on the show that's here? What award show?
and honestly, it's super big and they're the best. I'd rather it's big and celebrate.
What's up, bud? How you doing? Good. Hammer's closer. Shell's dropping shit on the floor. Nice. Some hungry people around here. I've never seen anything like it. Go to the electric chair or something. She clearly wants the grandkids today and have time to eat. There you go.
That's the last
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. You just give us a couple minutes here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jeff Roddick. They used to let me coach here a few years ago or wherever it was. But the varsity guys, I would love it if you can come up here. I stumbled across something a couple weeks ago that I think you guys would be interested in. So varsity guys, come on up. You could crisscross applesauce up here, do what you gotta do. Bring your popcorn. I was just wandering around the Amity grounds and I stumbled across this meeting and well, it got videotaped. So have a seat over there and watch the screen. Take a knee. Yeah, you can move up. You can move up. It's okay. It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, kids. Come on, gather around. Gather around. Come on, you big fellas. Come on, right here. Right here, right in front. Right in front. There you go. It's all right. Enjoy, fellas. Enjoy.
I'm here, Chasey. I'm here. Take it easy. All right, boys. What have we been talking about? It's about before we get to a witness, practice week. Come on. It's obvious. The junior whore. Five all the way. Five. Any gigs. Flapjacks. shell. You don't have a shell. Dude, Junior Horde, I have Amos. He's back after the shell shock again. His head with the ball. He's ready to go. Nummy? He's set. He's got a hat that finally fits. He is nummy, but I'll tell you what, since he's had a hat that fit his head the right way, he's ready to go. So I have nummy, I got Amos, I got the kid with like 17 nicknames, I got Portobello, I got Porto Vallarta, you know, Scott. With them, we're all set. I got Benaya, since he chipped his tooth in the weight room, the kid is tough as nails. The juniors are low to give him Benaya as a sophomore. Salisbury, they don't say much, but I'll tell you what, man, silent assassins, ready to go. Junior Horde is going to win this thing. They're a little behind right now, but they will win. No, 3-5 looks good. You got Cat. You should call them the cream pucks. Well, when Cat gets up there, he's ready to hit every single time. He's looking at the ball with the tree. You know, at what point he's going to. I don't know when, but it's going to come this right. I think that's going to come up there. I got Windsor and Ag, two left, took the Bucks down every single time. Wrong days. I got Kenny too. I got Kenny. I got 3 lefties. Come on. I got 3 lefties here. That's gonna win it. Right there. Those 3 guys along with Cap. I'm gonna put Cap in the 4th spot. Those guys from Cap is not one cities. Oh, I didn't know it's like King Kong versus Godzilla. It's not sketchy, but it's pretty well. But it's in there at the end. Pitcher to the end so he's tough as I Cap has a thing. He worries when he has to pay. I got Cameron and Giaquinto. Let me tell you this. I don't know if Giaquinto's spoken about in a while. I have a feeling that he can get a hold of one. Hey, and Cameron's another good, solid contact hitter. I think 3-5 is the way to go. I'm gonna take you first. Give me your Horde, babe.
I don't know. 3 times his cap on, and he takes up Getty, man. I don't know.
Too worried about Bob. Yeah, Bob.
I don't know. I have a feeling he's gonna be clutch. Be real clutch.
It blows bubbles when he's hitting. Like he went, it blows bubbles like
No, that's, you got white school too?
yeah, the kid wears a straw hat. So he's gonna walk around with a straw hat.
He's over there at second, we're telling you. You got Boku? Come on,
You got, I think you got you as a gum. Come on, it's just a gum. Where's the pressure?
wait and see, I'm telling you. Had it go,
Blondie.
tear it up on the base.
He's got the next
Done.
gum. Oh, that's it. That's gum. Probably got like some sea salt or something. Nice hit. Nice hit. Oh, they don't want to slide, bro.
He's gonna tear it up on the base. He's gonna learn to slide. I'm telling you. He's gonna be tackles out there.
Guys. Am I late for the meeting, coach?
Hey, don't worry, Coach. I got it. Don't worry. I'm good.
That's right. You guys aren't doing too cool. Hot rod, baby. No, he was fucking looking at me.
All of you, I'm telling you. Sneaky good too.
He is. Why? I have like 98 managers to play. They don't want to hit John Wolski or hit Bumble, and the other guys can hit.
So you what though? You got Bolo. Breakfast league. He is the breakfast league for
That's true, the vacuum.
It's the vacuum he hits. I'm telling you, he's sweet. He has stats. I'm telling you.
He is a sweet. He's like 750 in breakfast.
Get ready for the flat. You got Wombo, Raw, Seaweed, WestJet, Novak, Lewis, Kyle Green. Solid. Catcher, refrigerated,
I
cheerful.
gotta hope he wears his cup. I hope he doesn't have to put you sandwich in it.
There's a lot of work in the game like that.
He can't even protect his balls.
They're gonna say he's good for a good big thing and everything. Practice just off, takes a little trip out there to the quarterfinal.
If Left doesn't get as much info, I think he misses.
questions.
It's Pat's out. It's the one that does all of this. Doesn't mean he can play. I'm going with the junior horde boys. See what happens. Let's have a good practice. Bring it in real quick. Go.
Timmy, you're gonna do 5. TC10. Get into TC10 mode, baby. So just tell her she looks beautiful. Yeah, do it. Go up to her now and tell her you like to slow dance. One hand behind her back, the other hold her hand, and just move to the music. You'll be all set. Okay? Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Alright, and I'll touch base with you in a little bit. Alright, be a gentleman. Have fun. Tell Sammy and Louie I say hi. And all the other boys.
So for those of you who don't know, and I know JV and freshmen play around with this a little bit, but Breakfast League is taken very, very seriously on the varsity level. The team that wins knows that their name will live on in infamy. We have so many. We have so many names from the past. I know Jay Esposito is on there and former pro players. The team that wins Breakfast League gets put on the plaque, and they live on, and that's posted in the dugout. So this year it was a war, and one of the things we love about it is that it's backyard baseball. They're playing like you would be playing wiffle ball in the backyard. They're playing hardball against each other. And they are at each other's throats, and they are talking, and they are chirping, and I think there's nothing better to get your team ready than to play this type of baseball. So we almost try and play games every practice. This year there were 4 teams. They have to have a breakfast name because it's the Breakfast League. We had the Fetty cakes because on Saturdays they love the Fetty pancakes that I made them. We had the flapjacks, we had the cream pies. I don't know if that's really a breakfast food, but you know the guys on that team, it'll explain a few things. And then I don't know how this happened, they never got a Breakfast League name, but we call the juniors the junior horde. and they loved it. So, I mean, that all year was the junior award we would announce, and they come running up. Great name. They finished last, but it's a great name. No, actually, they finished tied for last. They made a run at the end. So, and that video, we didn't know who was going to win. That was filmed when? Coach Roddick, you snuck in May 18th or something like that. So, anyway. So anyway, it was really close, but this year's victors were the Flapjacks. So 2024 Breakfast League champions, we have Anthony Lucibello, Cam Del Vecchio, Ben Seaweed, Jack Lewis, Eric Leschek, Carlo Lombardi, and James Pellegrino. Come on up, boys. Take your time. This is a photo op for sure. Congratulations. Next year's team will be looking at your name on this plaque. Would anyone on the Flapjacks like to say a few words?
This is the most dominant Breakfast League team in history, and no one is better than us. I'll never forget Cam Del Vecchio's season-saving catch on the last day of Breakfast League. There's no better Breakfast League team than this group of guys right here.
All right, boys, you take that back to your table with you. You get to live with it for a little bit. One of you could even take it home as long as you bring it back. All right, continue eating if people are still eating. I don't know, but we'll be back up in a minute. Enjoy your conversation. Feel free to head up for seconds.
Everything was
have their own personally. They're outside, company with their products virtually as possible. So it's good shit. I don't even look at these. I want to they didn't even take anything. We bought watermelons out of over there.
Okay, we're going to announce an award. So if you're up there getting food or dessert, you can grab it. In about a minute, we'll start. Capitans. Capitans. Always waiting for the Capitans. You can sit down. Okay, I'm going to start talking. You might notice that when we have the Amity baseball uniforms, number 5 is not worn by anybody. Number 5 is special to us. It belonged to Joe Ciancola, who pitched for Amity baseball and hit for Amity baseball in the number 5 spot. He was an all-state player. He pitched in one of the only maybe 20-0 seasons for Amity baseball. It was a 1-2 punch, 2 number 1s, Louis Concado and Joey Ciancola. Joey went and played at URI and passed away on the field, actually, or passed out on the field and eventually didn't make it. I think it was a heat stroke, actually, that ended up being the main cause of him passing away. He was a real character. He was not only a phenomenal player, but he had a certain personality. So when we pick the winner for this award, we try and pick someone who best represents somebody like Joey. To give you an idea of what he was like, my team knows what a warrior run is. We did a real nice one, maybe about 4 or 5 miles. We ran together a month ago. And Francesi almost didn't make it, but it was a good run. He ate a big lunch, he said. So we did a warrior run one rainy day with Joey Ciancola, and we were running back to the school, and I was leading the pack because I was young and in better shape back then. And he basically said, we were soaking wet. We were running through mud and rivers, and the guys know there's a river right where we were running through. So when we get back to the high school, Joey's like, let's run through the pond in the front of Amity High School. He goes, Coach, will you do it if we do it? And I'm like, I'm there. Let's run through the freaking pond. So I'm leading the pack, and I run into the pond, and I look behind me, and nobody else goes in. So I'm standing in the pond and couldn't get out because I was like up to my waist in mud. So like I sunk down, could barely, it was like a little bit of panic on my part, but that was Joey Ciancola. So anyway, it's a $1,000 scholarship, goes out to a really special person. It says, for your dedication and leadership as co-captain of the 2024 Amity baseball team, a master at keeping the team backyard loose. This year's Joe Ciancola Scholarship Award is presented to Tim Kapp. going to give one more, and then we'll let you get back to your desserts.
Okay, so I'm going to give out the Offensive Player of the Year award. I'll give his name at the end, so a little bit of a lead up here. This year, this person tirelessly worked at his craft all year, peppering us constantly with questions, asking for Stitch to come out, leading our team all the time, not only on the field but off the field. Genuinely one of the nicest captains I think we've ever had. Such a great team guy. This is going to give it away right here. Constantly working with Cap pretty much every day to bring him along. Clutch RBIs all year long. Got us going in the state finals with a big hit. Cap followed up with it in the semifinals. A great at bat. Got on base. Not sure if he had more triples than Cap this year, but definitely a sneaky base runner that got better as the year got along, and it really helped us out at the end. He loved to score runs. He loved getting in the dugout and starting that chant and getting our guys going. Instant offense all the time. Sam Gettinger is our offensive player of the year. Sam had 37 hits, which is very close to the most we've ever had. It's definitely up there. 12 doubles, 1 triple, maybe 2. Call it another one a triple. We got you. 28 RBIs in, how many games do we have? 27? And his average was 420. So, great job for Sam. All right. Help yourselves to dessert it.
But I will go see him. I enjoy
come, of course. His manager's like one of my best friends.
Yes. Good. So bad after pass ball home.
I mean, no joke, there were two games. Guilford the first time. Guilford the first time was so bad, I'm like, I'm not going to First game, no joke, I think they made protecting to me out. I said that's bullshit. But on one play they were like basically a bunt, and overthrow at first, and overthrow at second, overthrow it. That's gonna be there were so many games
up here. He's pretty soon, in a minute, he's going to be giving out the Amity Gold Glove Award. Okay, if everyone can have a seat. Mom, come on back. Have a seat, Mom. Coach Goodwin, get your ice cream. Come on back. Chris Lewis on his way back with some ice cream. Good job. Thank you, Coach. All right, I have the honor of presenting the 2024 Amity Baseball Gold Glove Award. This award is going to a gentleman who not only was a good fielder, but a good mentor to his younger teammates. All season helping out with the younger guys, whatever they needed. Even if they weren't playing, he was constantly out there asking for extra reps, constantly wanting to get better, and it showed in his play. Especially down the stretch in the playoffs, he was outstanding, making clutch plays against Southington, and constantly just picking up our team defensively along with the rest of the infield. On top of that, he was also a very good hitter. Wound up batting .325 on the season in our 2 slot, and constantly coming up with clutch hits. And just a leader on the field. Whether he was a captain or not, he was a leader on the field, and a lot of fun to have on the team. This year's 2024 Gold Glove Award goes to Anthony Lucibella. All right, we're going to give one more, and then you could continue with the ice cream. I'm going to give out the Amity Baseball 2024 Pitcher of the Year. Like I said, we had exceptional pitching on the Amity Baseball team this year. This player had a 0.67 ERA, was 6-2. He beat the #1 25-0 team in the state, pitched the best game that I've ever seen him pitch, saved his best pitching for the end of the year. So he won the semifinal game for us. He also won the second round against Hall, I believe. Pitched, had Hall off balance the entire game. Again, just saved his best baseball for the end, which is great. He also defeated Staples, the team we beat in the finals. He defeated for our first win this year, which was huge because we did stack our lineup of our schedule. We faced, first game was Trumbull, second game was Ward, and the third game was Staples, and we started 0-2. And it would have been really rough starting 0-3, but he defeated Staples the first time around. So just an incredible job this year. He is a co-captain, almost like an assistant coach. He believes he's a coach, I believe at times, but he did a tremendous job for us this year. Congratulations, Jack Lewis.
All right, the next award is the 2024 Sleeper Award. This is going to a senior, and I guess the origin of this is that maybe he wasn't expected to have a great year, or is that where the award's from? I don't know. We don't know where this comes from. It's just called the Sleeper Award. But came into the season after having an injury plagued last year, and was our starting first baseman. Did an outstanding job. A lot of saves out there, picking the ball out first base. Had an outstanding offensive season. 25 hits, 2 doubles, 17 RBIs, a 347 batting average, and ended up with a 963 fielding percentage. Quiet guy, one of those quiet assassins that coach was talking about, and yet another kid who led our team this year in many games. The 2024 Sleeper Award goes to Jack Windy.
Yeah, Jack! Woo!
So I will add to that just a little bit. A person I respect, a lot, a baseball guy, came up to me and he said he thought one of the biggest moments in the state final game was when they had second and third, and there was a ground ball hit to Porto, or to Tenny, and the ball was thrown across the diamond into the dirt, and if it gets by Jack, 2 runs score, and he picked it out, and my heart was in my throat. But that was a huge play, not to mention the hits he had against Southington in the semifinal game, so absolutely outstanding.
Okay, so this is our Spartan Award. This goes to someone on our team's kind of an unsung hero. They don't get all the accolades on or off the field, but it's something inside them that keeps driving them for our team. You know, this particular individual worked harder pretty much than everyone else on the team, day in and day out, almost since we met him as a freshman, staying late in the weight room all the time, and then fast forward to 4 years to a senior, helping the young guys, driving them around, making them feel like they belong, helping to build our community, our family. At times, driving Coach Capola a little crazy, definitely. Something that we think's funny at times, but Coach doesn't think's too funny. But such a leader, such a great positive character. You know, had trouble, I think, hitting me with that tennis ball from time to time, and getting ready for the state finals. We kept it light, but Tim Capps, our Spartan Award winner for this year. Tim had 26 hits, 9 doubles, 3 trips, a little bit more than Getty. 1 home run, 20 RBIs, and a 361 average. And he led our team in walks. I think he was in the 20s with walks, which is kind of ridiculous for our group this year. And just a solid guy for us all around, all year round. So, great job, Tim.
This time I'm going to call up Coach Mills is going to come up and present pictures and announce our freshman and JV teams. Coach Rosner, I can say that, I don't want to steal any thunder from Coach Mills, but Coach Roz is sick over not being here. He had to go to Disney. He was forced to go. Here we go.
Just for the record, this is the second time I'm covering for Coach Rosner this season. He abandoned us during the finals of the Futures Cup, and Coach Coppola had to step in. But we'll get to that in a moment, because I do have a story about that as well. I'm going to read Coach Roz's speech. Obviously, I'm not Rob Rosner. I'll introduce myself when we talk about the JV guys. But going word for word on this for freshman baseball. Coach Ross is a really methodical writer, so he said if I didn't read it word for word, he'd find out. So, hi everybody, I'm Rob Rosner, and I had the freshman team this year. I'm sorry I couldn't be here tonight, but before I say anything about the team, I just want to give a few thank yous. First, thank you to Ernie Goodwin, Lori Bonney, and Kim Pierce for all of their help and support this year and every year. I want to thank the varsity coaches. Yeah, round of applause for our athletic staff. Thank you so much. I want to thank the varsity coaches, Coach Coppola, Coach Moss, and Coach Franchese for all the help that they always provide to us and the whole program. He wants to give a special shout out to me, Coach Mills. I'm a huge part of the program. And I have a huge positive impact as a coach, and I'm always willing to help out. I'm very passionate to help the kids get better. Yeah, Mill! He wanted me to know that the two of us have an awesome time together coaching the kids, and it's a huge part of our success. He'd also like to thank the parents from the team for the support and friendly atmosphere all year and getting our kids to the early practices, driving them around, and cheering us on. And I don't think he is here, but Coach Roz wanted to give a shout out to Eli, who is the team manager, so give it a round of applause for Eli. Eli loved being around the team. He kept the book for the freshman team. He loved talking baseball and was so funny. He really contributed to a positive environment in the dugout. So Coach wanted to give that special shout out for everything he did this season. Coach Raj usually doesn't talk much about the varsity team, but he definitely wanted to give them a shout out for the unbelievable season that they had. Watching them run through the state tournament was one of the coolest things he's ever been a part of. And he wasn't surprised at the success, though. He did a lot of talking with Aggie throughout the season, what this team was capable of, and I'm sure you weren't alone in that regard. The leadership of this group of seniors and the team, first mentally, made it a special team. He's lucky to have coached all of you as freshmen, and it's been awesome watching you turn into baseball championship players. He did call it, though. Coach Raj fashion, he has a screenshot on his phone from June 11th, 2023 at 9:36 p.m. And the note reads, "This team is special. They will win a state title in 2024. It was unopened until he screenshotted it and put it on this, so Coach wanted to make sure that he called it first.
Boy!
Yeah, now to the freshman team. This group was really special. It's an extremely talented group that loved playing together, and they just had a blast. They finished the regular season 12-2 and had some really awesome performances throughout the year. Clutch wins against Fairfield Prep, Xavier come to mind, two teams that they've struggled against in recent years. And this one is proud and he's proud and passionate of this group because of their winning mentality. The central theme of the year was learning how to play as a team together, and it wasn't about individual stats. It was about helping the team get better and helping the team succeed. All of the teams that we've had success with have that in common. They're more like a family than anything else, and this year's was no exception. I really feel like this group has those characteristics to move on and transform into a championship level team. It was really great to see. He loved coaching this team. They were awesome. You guys rock. One thing that you can't really teach is just that they love the game. They always wanted to play. They always wanted to compete, and that's what made coaching them so much fun. I really like that they understood what being part of the program was all about, and I feel like we're in really good hands as the program continues to grow in the upcoming years. And that's from Coach Roz. We're going to call up our freshman players this year. Let's start with Hudson Lee. Marshall Camus. Dania Sermley. Doug Grabowski. Ty Kingston. James Zaleski. Miles Moran. John Drew. Gabe Steiner, Andrew Westbrook, Jacob Laskowski. That's everybody. The 2024 Amity freshman baseball team. Let's hear it for them, guys. You guys, come on down this way. So, for those that don't know, I'm Eric Mills, the JV coach this year. I'm here to talk about our fantastic group of JV players. As Coach Roz already thanked our athletic staff, I can't tell you the tremendous support I feel from them year in and year out. Whether it's confiding in Coach Goodwin about what's going on in my season, getting candy from Lori, or asking Kim for a million things. They never hesitate to say yes, and they do their very best, which is all we can ask for. So, Coach, I know you're here representing Amity Athletics, so thank you very much on behalf of our JV team this year. thanks to our great coaching staff. I say it every year, but I continue to learn so much from these guys. To be part of this staff, I feel extremely fortunate and very lucky. You know, these guys are now my best friends. 14 years in the program, and they continue to surprise me all the time. So thank you to you guys for being the best. Congrats to our seniors. You guys are awesome. I look at these pictures up here and I remember some of you in middle school when I taught you. Tim Cap, I can't believe that's you. I remember when you first walked into Amity Middle School and didn't say a word. But to see you young men grow up is awesome, and I wish you nothing but the best moving forward. Congrats, seniors. Obviously, congrats to our state champs. What a tremendous run to be a part of it, to see you guys play in the games. I was so nervous. Coach Roz and I were like two school kids, just really giddy. We were so nervous watching those games. I don't know if you guys could tell, but Coach Roz and I would call each other after the game, just so relieved that we were winning. But it was awesome to see, so congrats, state champs. So our JV team finished this year 13 wins, 3 losses. It was a tremendous season. We had huge wins against Xavier, Staples, Prep, Notre Dame. Our team was led by amazing pitching, great defense, and some really timely offense. We have so many stories to tell, but I can't tell them all. But some things that jumped out to me this year is we had a legend behind the plate with Tyler Roche, who I think the number has grown now. We got something like 30 base runners this year. The joke was that we continually raised it every time we threw out a runner. So we threw out maybe like 15 runners, which is a lot, but I think we got up to 30 by the end of the season. So congrats on that. This team started off a little bit slow. When I would talk to them, they really kind of just looked at me and gave me a weird look. But I think by the end of the season, I got them to warm up a little bit. Dylan Schatz gave us a lot of comic relief on the bus. We were coming home from Xavier one night. Out of nowhere, we're having a team meeting on the bus, and he screams out the window to some ladies walking by, "Hey, ladies!" And we erupted. I don't know what that was about. Maybe Dylan, you can explain more later to your parents or something like that. We had a great ton of fun. We had some freshmen get called up, and we had a good laugh. I'm not going to name any names, but we had a player rounding third in a really important run. We were trying to mercy a team, and he was the mercy run coming around third, and he tripped and face planted. We did not wind up mercying that team for the next inning. We could have gotten out there a lot early. I won't name any names, but thanks a lot, lads. And my last thing, my second to last thing, we do Breakfast League kind of like our varsity guys do. So this year we had Ha Ha Huddy, Ohio Huevos, Kung Fu Pandas, and then the winning team for our Breakfast League for JV freshmen combined was Joe and them. So congrats to those guys. Coach Roz owes you breakfast. And the real reason we're all here tonight, obviously, is to celebrate another Futures Cup championship on the JV level. I know the state championship is pretty important, but let's be honest, we wouldn't be here tonight celebrating that if it wasn't for the Futures Cup. Coach Coppola had this great idea 4 years ago, and when the boss comes and says, "Hey, we're doing it," I was like, "Yeah, for sure, this is awesome." So I'm really happy and proud to be a part of it and winning it for the last 4 years. I was not nervous at all this year. There's no pictures at all showing my nerves in the dugout. Coach Roz is usually my coaching partner, and we have great fun with it. And this year I got Sal Coppola behind me, which I guess is an okay kind of replacement. But, I turn in one of the pressure moments, and I'm stressed. I got my hands on my knees. I'm, trying to figure out the next move. and this guy's taking pictures of me as I'm coaching. Not the most flattering pictures, which is kind of a theme when I hang out with these guys. They're always snagging pictures of me at my best moment. So thanks a lot, Coach. I appreciate that. But the Futures Cup is great, and again, we won it this year, and just a huge shout out to our MVP this year, Josh Sanner. His 2-run single put us up at 7 runs at the time, and turned out to be really beneficial considering that Notre Dame had a good offensive team this year and came back to score some runs in the 7th. And that sealed the deal for us to be the 4-time Futures Cup champion. So a lot to be proud of for our JV players. And like I said, the future is really bright for Amity baseball with these young men coming up to help out next year. So, coming up, guys, Steven Vitro, Jake Ciccarelli, Ryder DeRock Lavigny, Jason Liang, Will Cameron, James Pellegrino, Joe Luberti, Justin Manaya, Danny Zaleski, Dylan Schatz, Tyler Roche, Aiden Thomas, and Josh Sanner. Okay, we're very close to turning it over to the players themselves, the varsity players. We are going to call up the varsity team so they could get their pictures. And once the varsity team is up here, I think the juniors and the underclassmen will stay up here because they have a few things to say. I've already talked in detail about how special this team was. But I just wanted to touch upon one more thing before we started calling people up. And I don't think the players know this, but I want to try and explain it to them. When you coach a special team like this, coaches who've been around long enough really understand the importance of team players. We had 25 players on the varsity this year. 25. 9 can play. So when you think about that, most coaches would shy away from that. Most coaches that I speak to say they have 16, 17, 18 on their team, and they basically say, you got to get rid of the rest or you're going to have a bunch of unhappy kids on your team and it's not good for morale on the team. And we don't do that. We look at it like we have 25 guys that could help the team in any way possible and even if it's just running. The hard part is to get these guys to work as hard as they do when some of them might know they're going to go in and run.
So it's super special when you have a team that buys into it. So when I think of this year's team, I truly think of unsung heroes who played. They were legit players that we used when we needed them, but maybe they weren't starting games. I think of Johnny Aldi. I think of Ben Seeley. I think of Cam Delvecchio. I think of Eric Leschak, Derek Volo. When I think of these guys, what is so special about them is that they work so hard at practice, and it made everyone around them better. So our motto was, let's get 1% better each practice, and we'll be better than everybody else, because a lot of teams roll out the balls and they don't run good practices and they don't work hard enough. So when you think about it, these guys, to give you an example, Sam Gettinger had about 30 to 35 extra swings live off of a pitcher. Just him facing Derek Volo the day before the state tournament final. So Derek is pitching against Sam, giving him a bat after a bat after a bat for probably an extra half hour after practice. Which is pretty incredible. Johnny Aldi practicing his swinging after practice. Johnny Aldi leading us in the weight room when we needed somebody to step up. Ben Seeley doing the same things, working on his hitting and his sense of humor, keeping the guys light. Everything like this contributed to what was so special about this team. Eric Leschak. Ooh. Was that the Walsh scene? Yeesh. Eric Leschak, same thing, staying after practice, working on his hitting. So I'm gonna say, I mean, I have had some very long days, but nothing like Coach Moss. Sometimes I would actually leave the field to Coach Moss staying there. Sometimes Francesi too. But staying there to work with the guys for an extra half hour when I was like, I'm out of here. I'm exhausted. I can't stay much longer. So these guys stayed after. This is characteristic of winning teams. This is what it is. So these guys, they may say, I wish I played more. They contributed. They had hits. They had big games. But they were the lifeblood of the team, making everybody better around them. That's special. And I guess you have to, coach long enough, and you know that that's what makes winning teams. You have to have people who are unselfish. In the 3 towns, Orange, Woodbridge, and Bethany, you had 25 of the best players in the 3 towns. That's an honor in itself, with 9 only being able to play. And then we use everybody else to help us as much as we can, starting different games. And so, storybook, you guys are special. The traits you showed this year are going to carry you far in life. I know that. You're going to be successful people based on what I've seen. So, congratulations to our team, a true team in every sense. A great team. Freaking great team. Okay. The coaches and boss come on up, and we're going to pass out the photos for the seniors and the underclassmen on the varsity. All right, this is just order by number. Okay, Drew Pedigo, Anthony Lucibello, Lucky Luce, Dylan Agvent, Aggie, Cam Delvecchio, Johnny Aldi, Derek Porto, Derek Volo, Robbie Salisbury, Tim Cap, TC10, Ben Seeley, Jack Lewis, Riley Number, Joe Weiskel, Justin Mania, Will Cameron, Robert Pooley, Carlo Lombardi, Eric Leschak, Sam Gettinger, Brian Camus, Colin Tenney, Luke Giaquinto, and James Pellegrino. Jake Boganicki. All right, so I am officially turning this over to the youth. This could be scary. See them lining up over here for the big moment. No, Jake Boganicki, nice. Too young for this?
My speech is for Cam. At the start of the year, I had no clue who Cam was. We would just make stupid faces at each other or call each other stupid names, but we would never say anything else to each other. In the weeks that followed, Cam became more than just a person to make faces at. Through conversations and working together, I found myself able to step outside my comfort zone, and the closer I got to Cam, the more I would start to act. It was never a dull moment within my practice. He would laugh at you for any little mistake you made, but not in a bad way. In a world that can sometimes take itself too seriously, Cam is a reminder to lighten up. His energetic and high-pitched screams would make me start laughing, and he would not stop making cringy TikTok references. but for some reason, the stupidity of it made it funny. This year, I learned that humor, as well as any other positive emotion, isn't just about being happy. It's about connecting, seeing the absurdity in our shared human experience, and deciding to laugh about it together. Being with Cam, as a matter of fact, being with this whole team made every practice and game worth it, whether it was either just a day to goof around or practice. I would like to wish all the seniors the best of luck in college and thank them for this year's experience, as well as the coaches and the other players. I have one last thing to say, and it's this quote. The way to achieve your own success is to be willing to help somebody else get it first. That's all.
Miles. Good. Louis, where do I start? I would say we have a lot of things in common. No? Both drive Hondas. Both know a thing or two about giving up grand slams. Except mine wasn't in states. Didn't end our season. But hey, kid who hit it, in the MLB. So, I mean, I guess that's something to brag about. Maybe you can get an autograph or something. Maybe. But one thing about Louis is the kid never wanted to get pulled from a game. He wants to stay in 7 innings until he can't anymore. But I'm not gonna lie, Louis. I had my doubts sometimes. Some games, I was, this ball might go far. But Louis is also a great teammate. If I'm struggling, not having a good day, first person to come up to me is Louis. Yeah, that's really it. And now, to the, whoa, sit down. Sit down. Now to our group chat. The OF. Not even an outfielder and you're in it. Should feel good about yourself. It'll never be forgotten. The, stuff got heated in that group chat here and there. And then it got chill. And then Seaweed asking for stuff. That's why Louis was added. But seriously, Louis, can't wait to see what the future holds for you and all the big things coming your way. Good luck at WNE. Love you, kid.
Start us off by thanking all the seniors for making this year so special. And now on to Tim Cap. Tim has been there for me from the start, throughout winter workouts, then at pitchers and catchers, and then at all the practices. He has taught me many things. Another thing about Tim is he was a great leader, always doing the right thing, but don't talk to him after Sammy beats him in something. We all know Sammy jumps farther than you. One memory that I would like to share is after a long practice, me and Tim would go to the diner down the street and get chicken parm for $20. And it's the best chicken parm in the state. But Tim, I gotta be honest with you. You know, the love handles are looking a little big. We gotta cut them off. Tim is always there for me when I need advice, but except, you know, girls. You know, Coach Maine, he's been helping them throughout the years with the girls, but, you know, I think you're going to have to help them in college, too. But one thing is, you know, after we won states, you know, I went to the after party, you know, having a good night, and then we realized Tim was missing. And I was like, where's Tim? And then, a little later, we see him with strudels. Another great memory with Tim is after my prom, he drove us home from the after party, and You know, I always knew he had my back because 5 minutes in, or a little bit into the party, the cops got called, and he was there in 5 minutes when I called him. But seriously, Tim, thank you for being a leader, a role model, and a friend. I love you, and I wish you the best at Avery Point.
First, I want to give a big shout out to all the seniors who had a great impact on the team and made the season the best one yet. Now I'm going to talk about someone who has been a great captain, friend, and mentor to me. Sam, congrats on a great season. You've been a spark plug for the team the whole season. From your clutch hits in big games to your energy always motivating us on and off the field. Even though there's only 9 guys out in the field, it was like there was 10 with Sam because you could always hear him getting on all of us and having our backs out there. Not only was he a spark plug in games, but he was an igniter off the field too, with his different phrases and ideas. This kid would always come up with some random gibberish to make all of us rally. Like Bertucci, which was Sam's dirty sock that he named after he lit it on fire and brought it to the games to make us each touch it before every game for good luck. It was a little gross, but it worked, and Bertucci came to every game and we kept winning. Everyone knows about Skoomner, right? Well, that was another one of his ideas. Sam found the frog in his pool and decided to make it our new good luck charm. But going back to Sam and how he was a great leader, Sam and Tim always battled it out. Oh, shoot, froze. Sam and Tim always battled it out. They were always trying to make each other better, which sometimes could be a little annoying, because in the weight room they would always argue who was stronger or who had more juice, or at Saturday workouts who could jump the farthest or throw the med ball further. But Sam, we all knew Tim had more juice though. It was the same nonsense every week with them, but overall it was a great way to lead us because they ingrained in us the spirit of competition and battling to be the best. Sam had a great game in Guilford back in April. He had a sweet home run that game, but there's also something sweet about Guilford. Sam had a good friend there, and he was really wanted to impress her. They were such good friends that even went to the Guilford prom together, and he dragged poor Tim along. But Sam really did Tim dirty though, because he really made him bite the bullet because, whew. Sam couldn't let English Muffins know this was going on because he really likes to butter those up. But in all seriousness, Sam, I'm glad we have become really good friends, and I'm really going to miss you next year. The team won't be the same without you. Good luck at Stone Hill. You'll do great. Love you, bro.
First off, I'd like to thank the coaches and parents for a great and enjoyable season. One of my biggest mentors this season was Jack Windsor. Not playing too much this year didn't stop me from being able to learn and grow at first base, and Jack helped me with that. The group over at first base was awesome, all of us not fighting for the spot, but just having fun, and offering tips the entire practice. Jack's a great person on and off the field. While I wish the kid got out more, when he does show up, he's awesome to hang out with and talk to. In the dugout, after a tough inning, Jack would be there and never lose hope. Always cheering others on, even if he was having a bad game. Or games, those first few games were rough. However, Jack's perseverance led him to be a great hitter in the rest of the season, having clutch hits in the playoffs, where he opened things up against Ellington. The energy was crazy. I know Jack didn't play last year, and I'm super proud of the player he showed everyone he could be. I'll miss you, Wins.
Today I have the honor of speaking about someone who's not only been an exceptional baseball player, but also an extraordinary teammate, Eric Bleschek. I've known Eric for most of my life, and have only seen him smile twice. Eric has been a crucial part of this team and has been a true role model and a testament to hard work and ambition. If you know Eric, he is a man of few words. However, his words carry meaning. Every time he speaks, he brings the whole attention of the room. Eric's work ethic and drive is something I value. Me and Eric are very similar. Both quiet, live in the same neighborhood, handsome, smart, and we both have a future career path of engineering. Eric is the most reliable person you will meet. He always shows up, whether that's at practice, school, or just as a friend. He has given me countless rides to and from school, and you can only imagine how talkative those car rides were. I probably wouldn't have made it to half of the game if it wasn't for him. Eric also is a huge McDonald's fan, and if he isn't at school, you'd probably find him at Derby Dons. His reward points could probably feed the whole team. Eric's family has a long legacy at Amity baseball. Both of his brothers played for Amity. This will be the first time in almost 10 years that there isn't a less check on the team. Many of you don't know this, but this isn't our first championship together. When I was 11, Pete Leschek's Cubs defeated Chris Lewis's Astros to win the As you can see, me and Eric have a long history of playing baseball together. It's amazing that we get to end this chapter together as state championships. Good luck at the University of Delaware. I know you're going to do great things.
I'm going to keep this nice and short. First, I'd like to thank all the parents who helped out this year, from team dinners to the clothing store, to dealing with all of these lunatics. Thank you. You guys did a wonderful job. Next, I'd like to thank the coaches. I don't think we'd be even close to where we are without you guys. Finally, thank you to all my teammates. I had a wonderful year with you and everything that we've accomplished. Now, to Anthony Lucibel. Me and Luce have had some fun times together. At least he thought I was having fun. For those of you who don't know, Aid is playing D3 baseball at Endicott, which is surprising because I sure thought he was going to get a full ride for D1 yapping. Jesus, that kid doesn't shut up. No, for real though. Luce has helped me out so much in the past year, on and off the field. I'm not the only one who Luce has helped out this year. He's made many good friendships with all juniors and seniors this year, which makes sense because Luce only has good relationships with people who are younger than him, just like the past few girls. Anyway, thanks for a good season and have fun at Endicott. Now I'm finally getting my numbers back.
Drew Pedigo. Where do I begin with you? We've been throwing partners since the fall, throughout the spring. We even got our mullets together before the season. That one was rough. One thing about Drew that most people don't know is he has a very good name. And he's also a pretty good dancer at times. One of my favorite memories, me, Drew, and Cam in my bed, with every single baseball picture in my room saying how much we love each other. Let's just say that hasn't changed, right? That night we also made a TikTok. Drew, one of your best performances, dude. Awesome. Drew and I have been playing together since freshman year on JV until now. He's always checking in, seeing how I'm doing. Ever need a ride somewhere? Drew's got me. Drew made it special year. A year to remember on the field and off the field. Sure gonna miss you on the field next year, but I know you're gonna come back, watch some games. Not gonna be the same without you, but hey, I'll get through it. Good luck at Ohio State. Know you're gonna do great things in the future. Gonna miss you a ton out there. Love you, buddy.
Once again, I would like to thank all the seniors for making this year so special. On to Derek Bola. Derek, I spent a lot of time with you this season, whether if it was in the dugout or the bullpen. I enjoyed catching you, but after the 50th pitch, I thought it would be over. And then you would throw another 50. Even though I complained about catching the live BP, or ABs after practice, I won't lie, I love seeing Sammy G hit tanks off you. But I'll be honest, out of the 10 ABs, he only got 3 hits. The vacuum grew a lot this year. He went from playing Fortnite all day to being spotted at Wright's Pond at questionable hours with his girlfriend. Another thing about Derek is he led the team in batting average. With his 1 AB, he had 1 hit. Derek always helps the team by throwing live, and he would throw 100 pitches at practice and then the next day, throw him game. Derek, thank you for having my back and being there for me. I know you'll do good at Bryan.
Another one of my mentors this year was Johnny Aldi. The roles were sort of reversed when it came to playing first base since Johnny was new over there. I'd love to take credit for him becoming such a great first baseman, but his hard work is what made him go from not being able to make a throw to second base to throwing lasers over to second and turning double plays. When Johnny got his name called to pinch hit, he was always ready and determined to help the team. But it would be nice if you hit line drives as good as the one you hit at Brent's face. Johnny has such a positive attitude and always brought the energy to the dugout. Oh boy, that whistle was ear-piercing, but so distracting at work. Off the field, Johnny had become a great friend. Talking at the team dinners on Sundays around the fire and staying after to make me and Luke's basketball mixtape, which will never be coming out because of how awful it was. When we went on our hike to Sleeping Giant, we stuck together for a bit of the time and had some nice conversations about our futures and what we'd make of it. Johnny was always encouraging when I brought up what I want to do in my future. Speaking of, I've been having trouble finding what colleges to tour or where to look at, and Johnny was able to send me a huge list of colleges because we had the same major interest. So huge thanks to him for looking out for me like that. I'll miss all the great times, Johnny.
I next have the privilege to speak about one of the smartest kids on our team, Ben Seary. Ben's spirit has been a leading force behind our team's success. From day one, Ben's high energy and passion for the game contributed to the positive environment for our team. His constant optimistic attitude set a precedent for our whole team to follow. Throughout our whole season, Ben has been the loudest and most spirited. He is always getting people to get up and be loud. The achievements Ben has shown throughout 4 years at Amity is commendable. Ben has many leadership roles in the school. He is heavily involved in the student government, the class treasurer, and the Spirit Week committee, and many others. Ben even created his own club called the Pitch-In Club, which donates sports equipment to less fortunate children. Ben's selflessness translates onto the field as well. He's always supporting others and has been the prime example of a true teammate. His dedication is something that I am truly impressed by. If he hasn't already told you, he scored 1,400 on the SAT. His academic achievements are truly commendable, and he leads as an example for our whole team. Ben has always made practice fun, I'll miss the outfield talks, watching his attempt at diving, and seeing his frequent visits to the porta potty mid-practice. If you can't find him at practice, he's probably in there. Ben will be attending Rutgers University in the fall, where he'll study finance, and I know his leadership skills will carry over there, and he will be successful. Good luck, Ben.
Alright, here's part of the night where we get into the best part of the night. We do a tradition over the last years for a long time where the captains give gifts, hypothetical gifts to the juniors and below on the varsity roster. So before we do that, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to all the coaches, Mr. Google and the AD2 and all their spouses for making the season possible. We cannot show more gratitude, we cannot be more thankful for you. So big shout out to you guys. Alright, so let's go.
Okay. So our first gift of the evening, we go to Colin Tenney. We're gonna give him a can of Wheaties because he has no juice.
Alright, for the second gift of the night, going to Robert Cooley. We're gonna give him a belt to keep his pants up.
For Agven, we're getting him some shrimp.
For Carlo, Legs himself, we're gonna give him a Shelton lacrosse jersey.
Next, for B. Camus, we're gonna get a container of Jif.
For Porto, we're getting him a toilet seat and a key to the Lewis family house.
Joe, we're gonna give him a pair of sweatpants so he can stop wearing the same pair of PJs to school and Nike Dunks.
To Luke, we're gonna get you a brand new Home Depot bucket.
To Salisbury, anger management classes, and a pair of brand new cleats to bench run in.
Benaya, we're gonna give you a new tooth from the lifting incident.
We got a combo gift here. James Riley, we're gonna do an internship at the middle school.
Bogey, a baby beluga.
Will or Zichen, we're gonna give him a hot tub. He knows what that means.
Alright, thank you everybody.
We just wanted to say one more thing. Thank you to all the coaches for everything you've done. And we have a little gift for Coach Capola. Game used ball in our state tournament game, and all of our players signed it. We just want to give it to you and thank you. One more thing, we also want to say thank you to Johnny Aldi for making all the graphics for this year's Instagram post. Great job, amazing job, great stuff.
Also, another big thank you to our person who came and took all the pictures and videos, Eric. Thank you very much for that.
We're going to set something up so you guys can mingle for a few minutes and we'll get started again.
tends to spread out some of the work. Especially with baseball, some team becomes so scared, so it's not that really go. But in baseball, then
Okay, guys, return to your seats, please. Grab your ice cream if there's still some up there. unexpected, but we literally just had Eric finish these up for us. These just came in like minutes ago. So, you know, we won the state championship, and the information that came in probably up until like a day or two ago is in here, which is pretty amazing. So thank you, Eric, and thank you, Captain's parents, for doing that for us. This is a treasure. You guys are gonna look at this many times down the road. It's something really, really special. I played on the first team to win the Who's Atomic, which was like winning the SEC in 1987, and no Amity team had ever won it outright, and that was just the SECs. Until this day, me and my best friends talk about that as like this huge thing, and it was for us. So you'll always have this to talk about, not to mention a beautiful state championship ring. And we will have a ring dinner or function before Thanksgiving when you guys come home for Thanksgiving break. The team will meet, and that's the protocol for getting that. So this is Amity tradition. So you guys who come up, every varsity player is going to get this, but when you come up, you are going to get a book. It is tradition that we give seniors a page from the scorebook framed, and it's tradition that you get an Amity baseball bat. It's rare that the bat says Class LL State Champions. And August 19th, for those of you that are still around, the Board of Ed at Amity will be honoring you by giving you each a plaque, and you've seen them. They're in our dugout. They're in our legacy room. There are 6 of them up there, and now there will be 7. And you guys will be put up in there for future Amity baseball players to So everybody gets a game. This is Drew Pedigo. Drew, the game I gave you was Staples. We really needed this win, and we were only up, I think, 3-0 at the time, and Drew led off the inning. Actually, he knocked in a run, right? He knocked in a run at Staples to give us an insurance run, which was huge, especially when we were 0-2 at that point in the season. So your game is Staples. Great job, buddy. Next up is Derek Volo. We did nickname him the Vacuum. Interesting, since he did clean up things from time to time. This was a very, very good Lyman Hall team. We beat them twice, but they were really talented and had a solid team this year. Numberg was coming back after slowly beginning the pitch again, and he only threw 4 innings. And Derek came in for the last 3 to get the save against Lyman Hall at their place, which was, if you were at last year's game at their place, it was sort of payback for a rough ending for us. So anyway, come on up, Derek. This was a great game. Next is Johnny Aldi, and he's probably saying, what is Coach going to say about me right now? I mean, first of all, Johnny was honored the other night for winning an award, a very prestigious award, that goes out to probably, it's called the No Iron Team Award, and it's given by the Umpires Association, the Diamond Club. And it goes out to somebody who will do anything for the team and is probably the least unselfish person. Johnny pinch hit all year because of injuries to start, and the role he played. I know he wished he could have gotten more hits, but his importance was much bigger than that for this team, and we talked about that, his role in the weight room and just being around the team. So in this game, unfortunately, he wanted to hit every time he got up, but he had a good eye, just like in the state finals. He's not going to swing at a bad pitch and ended up taking a walk. In this game, it happened to be a big one, though. We were only up 2-0 at Guilford. Very frustrating game because I thought we should have had more runs at this point. And Johnny came up and basically took a walk, but that walk ended up leading to a hit, knocking in 2 runs. So he extended the inning, and we ended up getting 2 runs to go up 4-2 against a really talented Guilford team. So come on up, Johnny. Good job. We could have given this guy probably 4 or 5 games at the most important time in the year. It seems like Luce did, in the state tournament, he played his best baseball. This was typical of Luce's games, Lucibello, against Hall in the state second round state tournament. 2 at-bats, 2 runs scored, 2 hits, 2 walks, on base 4 times, stolen base, not to mention his defensive play. So talk about a guy who could do it all, but this was sort of typical for all of his games. And if you saw Southington, like again, one of my buddies said to me that second baseman saved you that game defensively. So come on up, Luce, outstanding.
So, for this senior for the award, Ben Seeley's game against Notre Dame the first time through, he was 3 for 3 in that game, solid all around. Got a couple RBIs that game too. Throughout the year, Ben was a rock for us. Loved to work out. He was a great guy for our outfielders and for the team in general. Always got the tunes going for our pregame. Definitely a hype guy for our team. So it's great to see Ben come out there against Notre Dame and have a great game. And 3 for 3. And let's see what else. Any RBIs there? Ben, why don't you come up? Okay. Great job this year. 3 RBIs.
All right, Jack Windsor. Like I said before, had a lot of big games this year defensively and offensively. This was the one we're going to remember the most. This was the semifinal game. He got us going with a big hit that scored the first 2 runs, added on another one, stole a base with a little chuckle down to second base. It was awesome. So, yeah, Jack Windsor, Amity first Southington.
this next game is for Eric Leschek against Foreign. Eric was 2 for 2 with an RBI, 1 run scored, and 1 walk, so he was on base 3 times. Eric started at third from time to time in games. Again, every single guy contributed when we needed them, so this was a great game for Eric Leschek. Come on down, buddy.
All right, so this one's for Cam Del Vecchio.
Oh my God.
All right. Cam was a little firecracker for us out there in the outfield all year long. You know, when he got into the game, he's full of energy, full of speed. He got some couple good starts out there in the outfield. Defensively, at times, he gave us a little bit of a heart attack. But overall, it wasn't always pretty, but he got it done. But this game is for Cam offensively against Prep. The first time through, they had a guy in the mound who was kind of unorthodox, was taking it to us a little bit. Cam came up in the 5th inning here and got a clutch RBI for us and got us on the board, and we ended up winning. So great job for Cam. It's a great game for Cam. Got us going, so come up here, Cam.
Sam Getty. This is the state final game. We go down 1-0 in the first inning, and they're yelling and screaming. And we come up, we're down 1-0, and they're feeling really good. They got a guy throwing mid-upper 80s on the mound, a lefty. He gets our first 2 guys out. They're feeling great. I'm not feeling so good. Sam gets up and hits an absolute laser of a double, gets on second base, flexes. We've seen that before. That was freaking awesome. And then, of course, is Schiflounder. Yeah, is that what he yelled? And then his buddy comes up and knocks him in. So that, I personally have said that to the coaches. I think that set the tone and equaled the playing field immediately and made everybody feel better. So come on up, Sam. Awesome job. Again, I get excited. I'm excited for this one too because what a game Jack Lewis threw against Southington. Talk about a heated up. The players jawing at. It is about sportsmanship, but this game really wasn't. Players jawing at players, their coach jawing at me, me jawing back at him, me being warned by the umpire. This was heated up, it was exciting, and Jack Lewis went down 2-0, gave up 2 in the first. And I'll tell you what, that could hurt your psyche, but he threw well in the first inning. he came in and I said, Jack, you did a good job. I said, you look good out there. And he just shut him down for the rest of the game, and that was freaking huge, man. That was so exciting. What a win. Great crowd. You were all fired up out there, most of you who are in here, and great stuff. So this is something that stays on the wall and you could refer back to. Come on down, Jack. Okay, and our last guy, again, we could have picked a bunch of games. We could have picked the final, again, knocking in that first RBI, Timmy Cap. So, you know, the toughest game, most coaches would tell you, it is the toughest game, is when you're expected to win, we're a 4 seed and we're playing New Britain in the first round, there's always a lot of pressure in the first game. You got to get that first game under your belt, and then you feel like you could have a little bit of momentum. So we're playing against New Britain, and of course, in the first inning, I think Lucibello gets on, and Cap comes up and rips a double and knocks in Lucibello and gets things going. And that happened, obviously, in the state finals as well. So again, we could have picked, just like Lucibello, we could have picked a few games here. And given the Cap, but I thought this was a really important game, that first game of the state tournament. So, outstanding job by our co-captain. Come on down. I'm not sure how many people know why he's called TC10. I don't know, but last year I believe you wore number 10. So he comes up to me in practice and one of his eyes is completely bloodshot red and the lid is swollen, and I said, Cap, I said, did you get that checked? I said, it looks like you have pink eye. And he goes, no, I'm good. Doctor said I'm good. So he's catching in the bullpen. Catching, touching the ball, throwing it back, catching, touching the ball, throwing it back. For a month, we had pink eye go through our team for a month. So one day I have the guys in the huddle and I'm on my knee and I said, like a rare strand of pink eye is going through. I heard there's this rare thing, it's called TC10. Tim Cap number 10. And I said, but I said it's serious, and they're all like, TC10, that sounds serious. And, you know, where is it? It stems, the origin we said was from the islands off of, near Borneo or something like that. That's where it came from, but that's TC10. So, my God, I think that's it. I might be missing something, but thank you to the parents. Thank you to my wife for, you know, I leave the house at 6:30 in the morning now as an administrator at the middle school, and I don't get home until 7:30 at night sometimes, or 8 o'clock, and I used to teach with her in the same building. So it's been a long road, but she's as supportive as ever and comes to the games, and the other wives as well. I know Brendan's been spending more time than ever. He stepped up since Coach Roddick left. So both these guys, and Coach Franchese is coaching 2 or 3 teams. So when he leaves our practice, prior to the state championship game, he came up to the field and pitched batting practice at 9:30. He must have thrown about 300 pitches after pitching at 7:30 in the morning to his Little League team. So both these guys really, really went above and beyond for me, and very appreciated. get very sentimental. I don't want to leave these guys. Please don't rush out. Coaches will be hanging out talking to everybody as long as you want to stay. You could take pictures. I don't know if there's anything else to eat, but you don't have to rush out. Yeah, we're going to call up, as soon as I'm done talking, we have books here for the rest of the varsity guys, the underclassmen. So I need you to come up and grab a book. They're outstanding. So come up and get your book. And you're all part of like such a magical season. So I'm glad we could all share it together. And it really was an amazing thing. And this banquet only culminated in that. So thank you, captains, parents. Thank you, everyone who contributed.
I just wanted to say a few words. First, to the parents, you guys are the best. I'm a little jealous. It would have been nice to have done this last year. But it's okay. No, it was outstanding. A lot of fun. As Coach has said, you know, what a special group of, it's a family. And I still feel it. We're out of it. My son feels it. You know, everybody feels the family of Amity baseball. And there's only one person truly responsible for that. And that's Coach Sal Capola. The amount of time that he spends is, you honestly, no one here comprehends how much time he puts in. I'm talking weight room. I'm talking, he's making pancakes out there. The superintendent, my first year, the superintendent comes to my office and he's like, hey, Ern, I gotta talk to you. I'm like, yeah, sure. There's a guy in the hallway making pancakes. And I go, yeah, all right. And he goes, we doing anything about that? And I said, no, it's Coach Capola. And he said, all right. So he let it alone, and thank God Sal offered him some pancakes. So it was nice. But, you know, again, just little things like that, I think go a long way, and what a special person. So I would be remiss if I didn't stand up and give him the congratulations he deserves. Thank you, Coach.
Enjoy the rest of the evening, everybody. Players, come on up and grab your books. Varsity players.
That's it, guys. Congratulations. Amazing. Yeah. Come on here. You're gonna miss it.
We have gifts for the captain's parents. If you would like to come up, please, captain's parents. Special gift for Cap TV. I don't know if that's an acronym for something, but Cap TV. Thank you, Mr. Cap. Seniors, come on up. We have gifts for you. Seniors, senior gifts. Chris Lewis wants to say something, but his throat hurts, so I'm going to translate. Chris wants everybody to stand up and give a big thank you to the Amity baseball program. That's how I said.
Robert Pulley, you better lock your door tonight.
You don't like each other.
Seniors, don't forget to take your pictures. You're being